The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, Perfect aim can never miss, but who gon' break the arrow? They talking sideways, but never walk the straight and narrow. I think heavy, so I'm taking on the widest load. I'm trying to level up to balance out the highs and lows. I talk less to keep my eyes exposed. Watching for the opportunists in your crew, they disguise as foes. Being me makes me different from the rest. They shouting out your failures, but whisper your success, yes. Sometimes I'd rather hit the beach cheering vacay, but then I realize that each year a payday. Never will I ever stop, I will be forever hot. I'm a Scorsese on the mic with a clever plot. More crazy with the flow, I'ma let you tell it. Cop the drop for the low just to get you jealous. I'm getting way better, and I age better. Still remain cool even when they say it's strange weather. The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, They saying let's get it, G-Death. They drying off while I'ma get my feet wet. Classic J's for the gear, I keep fresh. Nobody do it like me, keep sweat. They like live, you got that fire all along, but it's hard to hear your truth when you're lying in a song. They celebrate the weak but ain't admiring the strong. Bring a ruckus when I rhyme, but I'm quiet as the storm, man. I ain't trying to be a martyr or a slave. I grow smarter and I change and go harder in my ways. Never been bitch, was a starter in my days. Ain't trying to be the artist, I'm the Carter of the game, man. Now my team running, we have the track support. Y'all can miss me with the comments going back and forth. We be the type to pull up on you, that's the course. But let me chill, it's my comeback, relax the floors. Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me tonight. This is Lyle Johnson, the captain of the boat speaking. Yeah, I got Ebony Eyze in the back zoning out with me. Michael Bostic somewhere drinking Henny. You know how we do, man. EDC. This is my comeback year, by the way. The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back,
I was hurt, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't hurt no more.
Didn't know it hurt so bad. Didn't know I get this sad. Didn't think I'd break the rules. Didn't know I'd act a fool. You say you didn't know you hurting me. I mean, how could you? You deserted me. So nigga, yeah. So nigga, fuck you. I had to toughen up, I had to stick it out, put my feelings aside and get out the drought. I needed a reroute, I needed a reroute. I said fuck you, but what did that do for me? It just hurt me clearly, as you can see. Checking on Snap, Twitter, and Instagram, trying to see who got my man attention. Like you stuck me in my heart right from the start. You swear you wouldn't lie to me, then you was on strike too. Goddamn, I was a fool for loving you. Didn't know I would hurt to stand. Didn't think I'd break the rules. Didn't know I'd act a fool. You said you didn't know you hurt me. I mean, how could you? You deserted me. So nigga, yeah. So nigga, fuck you. I destroyed your shit. I'm playing for queens. I know you're leaving, but I'll make sure you'll never forget. You'll never forget that I am royal. I am royal, and I deserve a king that will treat his queen like everything. I took a loss, my heart paid the cost. I didn't ask for this. Clearly God built me to take his and stand up, forgive and never forget. Didn't know I hurt this bad. Didn't know I get to stay. Didn't think I'd break the rules. Fuck you.
Yeah. It's about to be a hot summer, and even the colder winter. Check. Unsophisticated, showing love even if it's not reciprocated. Still balling in this sport, doesn't matter if I win or not. Looking like Money Mitch whenever I spin the block. I'm a true live wire to its definition. I drop in classics even though I get no recognition. I love a thick black woman who is more unique. Gotta love it cause my queen, she ain't for the streets. I love hood respect. I love a dope mix with good effects. I school rappers that you wouldn't test. Y'all be talking like your knowledge is significant. From now on I need receipts and certificates. Jews, I be spitting it. Plus I rock it way cooler. Looking like the Diamond District to these K jewelers. I'm all for peace but we stay shooters. Always spinning, we don't have a budget. Nah bro, you gotta love
Every
it.
day that I live on this earth, I've been living my dream.
You gotta love it.
All I gotta worry about is family, myself and my queen.
You gotta love it.
All eyes on me as soon as I step on the scene.
You gotta love it.
Got no time for these motherfucking niggas that be hating on me.
You gotta love it. I love being in my lane when nobody get it. Making money off of music, though I hobby with it. And nothing like some fresh J's out the box. And the new Mercedes Benz, let me slay off the lot. Thank you. My mind right, my money right, I'm way focused. The streets watching a real one, they notice. I subtract to anybody if they don't add up. Who needs your validation when you really don't matter? I'm not trying to hear that I'm next, cause I don't have the time next. Either we pushing the cash and sign checks. Yes, it doesn't mean much. I'm giving you this free lunch. The beat has a good feel. The verse got a mean punch. Riding through the city with a bad one. I'm shining for the underdogs who never had none. Damn, this is what New York feels like. You gotta love it cause I'm living this in real
Every
life.
day that I live on this earth, I've been living my dream.
You gotta love it.
All I gotta worry about is family, myself and my queen.
You gotta love it.
All eyes on me as soon as I step on the scene.
You gotta love it.
Got no time for these motherfucking niggas that be hating on me.
You gotta love it.
See, now I gotta actually think about going to buy a Greek beer just because I want to compare it to an Italian one. I hope you know this.
Greek beer is probably good. You just probably drink it too much.
I mean, listen, I haven't had a Greek beer since I was 16, so that goes to tell you something.
That's true.
I'm kind of old now, but yo, we here. Microphone check 1, 2.
Yo.
Check,
Microphone.
check.
Yo, your
Yeah.
favorite group of the Misfits is here. This is welcome to the Rawrdzone. It is Tuesday night. Do you know where your homies are?
They are in the bed.
If they 40 years old and over, they definitely.
They probably
Yeah,
sleep.
bed.
I
They
mean,
probably
yeah.
Bed, sleep, knocked out.
chasing their kids around.
That's a fact. So what's going on? We here. Welcome to the Rawrdzone.
How about you introduce yourself, sir, with the orange beanie-ish thing?
Oh, with my bear hat on from work? Let me take it off.
Yeah. Are they paying you, my guy?
Nah, not enough. But what's going on? Y'all already know it's your boy Heel Classic. Chilling here after a long day of work, but I'm here in studio with the family, so I'm ready to do this show today. I'm excited.
What's up, everyone? It's your homegirl Ivy, and we are honored. We have a fucking EDC takeover up in this bitch right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we got 2 guests here today, which we're very honored to have. You saw him last week, you know, the EDC general himself, Mr. Live Johnson. But for the first time ever here on Rawrdzone, we have the one,
It's
the
not the first
only.
time. She came in the studio and
I made a cameo. I made
you didn't
a
do our
pin.
interview?
No, she never had an interview
Never had an
here.
interview, not that
No.
I just stuck
We
my
didn't do
head
an
in
interview with you
a bit.
Right
No.
at the beginning of the pandemic.
No, that was live doing Live Jewels. And we got the tour of the house.
I remember like you had like a brick wall behind you.
That was Live Jewels.
Really?
That was Live Jewels.
Oh, okay.
That was Live trying to get an interview on, but before I was
Excuse me.
so rudely
My bad.
interrupted.
It's quiet for me.
Yo, it really is. You need a blunt, don't you, right
Yo,
now?
we wasn't at DTF when we did that.
No, bro. I was engineering the shit. I know where I was. I was at home.
We was home. We was quarantined.
Yeah. I feel like I remember that now.
That's all right.
But don't let the old.
Yeah, because you and I, because we were
I
so
feel like
tired.
I've been, here before. So it's all right. We'll go with that.
Cool.
But before Mikey rudely interrupted this amazing woman's promo, it's a very different vibe today. It's not just a music vibe. We got a poetry vibe, and especially April being Poetry Month, and we are in March for Women's History Month. It only makes sense, to have this amazing talent, the one, the only Ebony Eyze herself. Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you.
All right, so going to the right of me, weekend vibes. How was your weekend, and how are you feeling today?
Well, my weekend was too short. Say that much. I feel like I work, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Honestly, with 9 to 5 and doing music, but that's the game, But I love it. I love what I do. I love the people that I get to work with, like, Heel Classic and Live Johnson over here. Yes, and I love writing spoken word and performing spoken word, so it's all love.
Michael, what you do this weekend?
Work. I fucking work. No, I just worked. I played WWE 2K, and that's really about it. Just chill with the boy as always.
Did the boy play 2K?
No. Me and him actually played a lot of Roblox this weekend.
You made him play Roblox?
No, he asked me to play and I played with him.
Yeah. What was that like?
Yeah. It was cool. I'm trying to get him to like play games that have a point to them, like have like a beginning and an end. He likes to play random like just games because there's characters in it that he likes, and he could probably do like wild stuff like hold swords or fly around or do something. It really has no goal to it. So he'll try to get me to join that game, and I'm just like, yo, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, oh, you just swing your sword around, or It's
Pause.
tag. You run around and you touch people and they die and whatever it is. And I'm just like, yo, I don't want to play this. So now he's getting to the point where he wants to play with me on Roblox. So he looks for games that he thinks I'll like when I play with him.
He wants that father-son.
Yeah, he
time.
wants to have that time. So he'll
that
play. He'll be like, well,
bond.
pick a game. I said, well, I don't know what games. I don't know what kind of games are in here that we can play. So you would have to pick a game that you would think I would like. And a lot of times he does.
And let's not forget, Mikey created his own avatar for WWE.
Yo,
I did see that.
I was like,
It's
that,
still- look,
that shit was fire.
I need
It's
one-
a work in progress.
I need one with the Rawrrzone shirt.
Well, that's gonna be my alternate.
Okay.
My alternate is gonna have a Rawrrzone on it. But no, it's still a work in progress. But the game is fire. For anybody who wants to play
Is it better than 2K20?
Well, everything is better than 2K20.
I mean, yes, but
Everything is better. 2K20 was such a bad.
is it worth the buy though?
100%. 100%. I'm actually thinking about getting some of the guys that I know who play and starting like a little like league.
I'm gonna wait for my taxes to come in.
Show and stuff like that, and put together some talents with different creative characters, and just make our own show and show it every week. So I'm trying to put that together. I'm trying to sit together with some of the guys and put that together.
That's what's
So
up.
that's the plan. And I've seen it done before, so I think it would be dope if we were able to do that.
Twitch.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Lively, your weekend.
I was chilling with the missus, trying to see get these stairs repaired.
I'm glad to see you made it out of the basement.
Man, I had to climb up them stairs. Like, shit is
Nah.
crazy.
Now, how many stairs are broke now? Because I know
Show
like
her
three.
the picture.
It's
Show-
like three.
It's like three. It's like
Three.
a big leap. It's like
Nah,
a big
because
drop.
last time I was there, it was one.
Yeah.
So
Now it's three or together.
It's at least two,
It's
but
two,
I think it's three.
no, it's three. It's three actually.
I think,
It's
it's
three.
a big stair.
The contractor talking about, yo, we do the whole stairs and it started from the foundation.
Listen, that might actually be what you have to do,
Yeah.
low key. But like, I wouldn't.
Pay the money that they asked you for.
No, it's not that. I would get a second opinion first.
before going
Yeah,
with that.
I would definitely do that first. 'Cause
Yeah.
that I wouldn't. It doesn't look like it's one of those situations that you may need to do that. But I mean, if he saw it and looked at it and said it, because I thought that too. I said, yo, they may have to just do the whole staircase over.
Yeah.
But it should be because basement stairs aren't hard to do.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be a problem.
I mean, just hire Mikey. Mikey could do anything.
No, I'm not doing
Nah,
that.
he's-
I don't like
he's
doing
good
carpentry work. That's not my thing. I
And,
can do it, but I don't like it.
and of course Sunday I was grinding, making money. Like every Sunday I'll go up and make some money. That's it.
that's what.
Jessica be going with you when you be riding?
Nope, I'll be by myself.
Oh, you must be enjoying that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do need a moment to yourself to really think things, especially that I'm doing a lot of things right now. Almost finished with Ebony Eyze project. I'm going to be dropping mine
Yes, sir.
at the end of the month. And then, you hearing, plus I get to hear my music back in the car, so I know what imperfections
tweaks.
it needed to fix and tweaks. So I have that moment to myself to actually hear the music the way I need to hear it, and then go back and fix some things. So
And let me tell you, it's much appreciated. This man works like
A dog.
yes, he does. And I so appreciate his professionalism, his, perfectionism
Oh
when
yeah.
it comes to, his craft and mixing and mastering. So I'm really, really, really proud of what we created and all the work you put in.
sure, I'm proud of what we're doing. like you put in the work, Mikey puts in the work, everybody puts in work around me. So why not if put as much work as you put in? So personally, I enjoy it. If I could sit there and do this all day, I would.
My weekend was good though.
Yeah,
What you got?
Yeah.
So I had everybody in the world lie to my boyfriend this weekend. Literally. The same way we all lied to Mikey for his birthday. And know what? He still didn't figure nothing out. So
How was your birthday?
his birthday's tomorrow. So
Okay.
Because he gets his kids on a bi-weekly schedule, we picked a day that we were able to grab his kids in order to have a birthday party for him.
Mhm.
Mind you, he was trying to come here earlier and we're still setting up. And then he ended up running late. And then, as you see the balloons here, we're trying to tape them, put them up, and they kept falling everywhere. It was hilarious. And then we had to bribe my mother to act like he was mad, like she was mad at him, in order to talk to him downstairs so I could get the kids upstairs, because the daughter knew about the party, but the son was too young and he would blab. And everyone here is trying to find a small place to hide in, and they're taking the sweet ass time setting him up. So now there's videos of me trying to fall over behind the garbage next to the oven because his daughter wanted to hide there. And his son is making us laugh on the other side while shaking and dancing around while we're trying to be quiet. But there was like a lot of tequila, there was these beers, there was a lot of cake and food. We still got enough pernil to last us for another week.
Wow.
That's
Sure
dope.
is.
I'm glad you had a good time though. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah,
He
you
don't trust me no
surprised?
more though.
You don't like surprises? No.
He told me
Yeah.
watch for my birthday. I'm like, ha, you wish.
Hey, he might get you.
No, he won't.
He might get you.
No one gets me.
I will see. I got money on Ramon.
Oh, y'all ain't shit. You're supposed to be on my side.
I got money on Ramon. Don't disappoint, bro.
I just want to see how it all turns out.
Well, when
I think he
don't
has
see
a
how it
poker
all turns
face.
out.
I think he could pull it off. He can pull it off.
shout out to everyone in the check-in. Birthday boy's in the check-in, even though he's right in front of us. Shout out to Mama Rogue on the check-in, dropping those stars.
Yo.
Shout out to Bossy V saying hey.
Hey, what up? What up?
Hey.
But enough about our weekend. This is about you. You are a spoken word poet, but you also infuse, I want to say, jazz music and a whole bunch of other genres. So I don't want to say you're a spoken word artist. How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as I normally like to say creative producer, because I don't like to place myself in a box when it comes to poetry, and that's the thing I want people to see as well from me, is that I'm not only just a performer or a writer or a spoken word artist who writes poetry. I'm a creative producer, so I like to create an experience for people by using what I love, which is the spoken word.
Is it difficult, or is it just pretty much like rapping? But
No, I wouldn't compare it to rapping because it's on a deeper level
Mhm.
than that. Um, I would say that there are rappers out there that are poets. Like you guys know, his name is escaping me. There's like Talib Kweli, there's Common, there's Most Def, Wale. That's what. Yes. So there's a lot of hip hop artists out there or lyricists out there that are poets and can jump from one end to the other. But I think poetry is more of an deeper expression, if I put it like that.
You're a Queens kid, just like us.
Yes, born and raised. Shout out to Hollis,
Woohoo!
Saint Albans area.
How has being a Queens kid influenced your style?
That's a good question.
Well, honestly, growing up in Queens, I was a shy kid. I was very laid back, mild mannered, soft spoken. It took a lot for me to get up and project my voice and raise my voice and to let people know I'm here, I got something to say. So I think that challenge made me better, as an artist, to come from Queens, because everybody, they clown on Queens. They're just,
Yeah, but we gave you Nas. Remember that. Queen
they're-
gave you Nas, motherfucker. Queen gave you Nas.
They're more considered the laid back, borough, as opposed to BX or Brooklyn.
Right.
So
But we the better borough, right?
yeah, well,
I'm sure.
They know.
It's a
They
melting
know
pot
true.
out here. You can't go anywhere else in New York and find diversity of people that you'll find here in Queens.
Right.
So there's no borough better than Queens. Yeah, I mean, and that's just, I'm not saying that to like be on no type of time, but like when you come out to Queens is an experience. You know what I'm saying? It's not when you come. I tell people all the time, Queens is special because if you come from any part of the country on a plane, you come to Queens either way. You landed in Queens. You got JFK and you got LaGuardia. So
Is
if
there
you coming into New York, you coming into Queens.
I feel like there's no other airports anyway around here.
There's a couple in Long Island.
There's two in Long Island.
There's two in Long Island and Newark.
But that's what I was gonna say. There's no other in any other borough.
And there's a couple upstate. White Plains, right? There's a couple, but they're smaller.
I ain't know that.
But if you're flying into New York, like those smaller airports are for like
local.
Right. Well, not so much local, but they don't have as many flights on their manifest, so you might have 2 or 3 flights a day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you won't get like your JetBlues and your American Airlines and stuff like that. But now when you come in here, you come into Queens, you might as well come see us.
Thanks.
You gotta be here. You come in here first. That's why when people come here, and from my family, I don't get how y'all landed here and y'all ain't come see me. Y'all done went to the Bronx. Y'all done went to Long Island. Yeah, listen, you passing me going to Long Island. So like y'all.
But you never in your own crib no more, bro.
That's a whole fact too.
Like you can't. You were about
to.
to.
If I know niggas is coming to town, I'm gonna be home. Like if I know people's coming through, I'm gonna be home.
Yeah, and I want to add that we have the most diverse food too.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'll be honest with you. Brooklyn
gets it too.
Queens beat with the pizza.
Nowadays,
I will say there's no better pizza in New York City than Brooklyn pizza. Period.
Not even Bronx.
Not even Bronx.
Nah, Bronx pizza's not as great.
If you go,
hell no.
Not even Little Italy, where you go with all the Italians.
You go downtown Brooklyn by the Verrazano Bridge, over on that way, on that side, by the Verrazano Bridge.
Does anybody want pizza right now?
I'm talking about pizza that
pizza.
you will never understand how pizza is made like this. Like, what did y'all do to this? How is this so good? Like this, I haven't gone to a pizza shop in Brooklyn. It could be a rinky-dink joint that didn't have good pizza. So
well,
I will say that the food, it's New York in general. Food is diverse.
Yeah, but we got some pizza places, here in Queens. We got Gino's out there, and we got
say Gabby's.
We got Dino down the block. We got Dino down the block.
Gabby's
Gabby's
was the place.
Pizza is so overrated. It is so overrated.
What's a margarita pizza?
So Margaritas is a spot on the Ave that's been on the Ave forever, at least since I was a kid.
You talking about the Coliseum block?
No.
We
The
talking
one
about
on the Ave.
Jamaica Ave.
On Jamaica Ave. Margarita
Green
got the
awning.
green awning sign.
Okay.
Margaritas pizza. Anybody that's from Queens will either say Gabby's and Margaritas, and I hate both of them. Gabby's is okay now. Gabby's I used to hate without a doubt. Fuck Gabby's back in the day.
Even though
Now I can eat Gabby's now. When we had the meeting, we went. That was the first time I had been there in a long time. That was like 2 years ago, and it was so good. And then I went back there again. And it was really good. So I said, okay, that was like back in the day. It wasn't all that good. But margaritas is overrated.
Yeah, they fell off. I must say they fell off.
People swear. You go on TikTok and people will tell you in Queens, margaritas is the best. I'll be like, yo, I can name you a corner store that made better pizza than that.
But Gabby's blew up after Rachel Ray.
Right.
They were on the Rachel Ray show. And
Right.
they blew up after that, and then they started charging.
Good. I mean, it's good now. But I mean, like I said, you could go. The pizza, low key, the pizza store by my job makes better pizza than that.
What, in Bayside?
Gino's on Springfield by my house. Makes better
Oh,
pizza
yeah,
than margaritas.
Gino's beat a lot
Like,
of places. Now.
Y'all tried it with the margaritas, but it's not gonna hit like that with me.
See, I don't know. Like, I say the Dino's by here, like, especially because they're like 50 years old, right? And they revamped the whole place, and shit's fucking even better than it was. It hit better than it did the first time. You know.
There's a couple, I mean, like I said, there's a couple of good pieces.
But it's like the old places, not the new ones. The new ones are kind of trash because they try to do like this organic stuff.
To be a chain now. Everybody's trying to be, so nobody's really, remember when Subway used to sell pizza? It's like that kind of shit. Like
where was I? Subway sold pizza?
Yeah, it was it wasn't for long though.
It didn't do too well.
It wasn't for long.
Very short.
It wasn't for
Oh
long.
wait, yeah, okay, I think I remember. Yeah.
But like they try to do different things to bring clientele in and shit. It works. If it works, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But so with you being what made you want to do spoken word out of everything that we could do, especially in Queens where music is incredibly prevalent and things like that? Like, what made you choose spoken word? What gravitated to you with the spoken word?
Well, for me, I love music. My uncle was a musician, both my uncles. My grandfather played the upright bass. I just love that atmosphere of going into like a poetry club, because when you go in there, it's a different kind of vibe, with the candles and the lights dim and people snapping, and you have the band on stage.
Sugar Bar.
In the city. Yeah, I've been
Sugar
there
Bar.
a few times.
I performed there. Yeah.
Alexander the Great.
Yeah, Alexander the Great.
Yeah,
he's dope.
He hosts
that
there.
Katie fell in love with him.
Yo,
Katie was like, "Yo, who is that dude over there?"
Yo, I didn't know. Yo, nah, bro, he sat there like we're talking about the smoothest person.
He's one of the dudes, them cats. His shit always lined up. He be wearing the 10-piece coat.
I was like, he's throwing the event.
Always got on a shirt with the tie.
I was like, you're throwing the event.
He was like, "Yo, who was that dude over there?" That was
I never saw someone so dressed up. No.
She was like, yo,
shout out to Alexander the Great.
Yo, I never saw a person throw events and look like that. Like first of all, that event was nothing like other events we went to.
Well, it was an R&B show, and we typically don't do R&B shows. So, like I was telling him in the car, I normally get stuck in the hip hop realm. So I end up being the R&B dude that be there for like intermission. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, we didn't come in there. We came for the R&B show. So it was dope coming in that R&B vibe, even though there was dudes rapping there, but it was still an R&B vibe. And it just like, yo, this atmosphere is dope. This atmosphere is real dope. But yeah, you would be dope. You would do dope.
I actually performed once there.
Yeah.
I did. It's crowded. It's like very tight.
Very narrow.
It's very tight.
Facts.
So it's one of those things.
Always packed in there.
Yeah.
Always got it packed in there. I went there again one time. I was with somebody. We just went out, and we went there, and it was packed.
And the one of the days that I went there, Valerie Simpson actually came. I didn't get to see her, but she was there that night that I was there. So yes, shout out. It's an amazing club. Yeah. Shout out to Miss Valerie Simpson for making an awesome
club. Shout out to Alexander the Great. That's my guy. We be talking all the time too. That's my dude.
Oh, you two are like on Facebook and talking to each other.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's my guy. But yeah, so you saying you with the music and everything like that, you were into it and
yeah, growing up, I was into learning jazz and music. I can read, I could play. I played the saxophone. Really? I dabbled.
I never knew that.
Yeah, the alto and the tenor saxophone.
I play it too. That's why it threw me off guard. I was like, really? You know what?
Yeah. I actually have have one at home.
Really?
But I gotta get, it's old. The
So you
pads
gotta
are
fix it.
soiled
Yeah,
and stuff like that. That was like since elementary school
Yeah,
up
I started
until
playing the flute in elementary,
high school.
and I played all through college. Actually, played in college. I was in a jazz band in college. And that was literally after I finished that jazz band class. I never picked up a flute. I never picked up an instrument again.
Mhm.
Since then. That was, what is it now? 2000. Shit, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Were we in 22? 19 years ago.
Right.
I haven't picked up an instrument since.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ,
Nigga
bro.
is old, bro. And don't look it. Trust
Yeah.
me, the faces,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The faces
we
fool
all-
you. The nigga's almost hitting 40, bro. Like, but yeah, nah, that's dope though. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you could play.
Yeah.
And with that, knowing that you can play, it means you can play almost any instrument with a reed. Because they all have the same finger for
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
part. So
Don't-
like you play clarinet. If you know how to play, I always say like if you could pick one instrument out of each group, like if you could play a woodwind instrument besides the flute, because the flute is different, but if you could play each one, you could play them all. Like if you could play the trumpet, you could play any instrument that has three buttons on it. And it's all the same finger.
For me though, the trumpet is I said no to the trumpet.
It's a very hard instrument. to
Yeah,
play.
because
The trumpet takes because it's mouth control. Pause.
yeah.
But that's what it is, though. It's
That's
literally
true.
like you have to.
Mikey
move
would
your
know,
lips.
right?
I mean, listen, I play almost everything, so like, that's one of the instruments I don't like playing. And so
Yeah, and
that's
it-
one.
it
That's
be
the
your
one
lip.
when we used to play in the jazz band. They used to say, "Yo, I need you to play trumpet today." I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play trumpet. Like, but that's dope that you could play that. Like,
It helps.
You ever think about incorporating like the instrumentation in like when you're doing a song, like say live was like producing?
Mhm.
Have you ever thought about playing sax behind like a beat or something like that?
Well, it's funny. I haven't thought about the sax part because I haven't played sax in years. I haven't picked it up. Life, got crazy. But the piano on one of the tracks live gave me the room to play and
Really?
produce. Yeah.
That's
So on one of the tracks on the album, I did create the melody for the beat.
Now, how was that experience? Because I know my experience.
Got my
with
Alicia
doing
Keys
stuff or
on.
whatever, like engineering. Live let me do the engineering a lot of times when I record because he knows I can do it. So what was that? What's that experience like on the other side when you're producing your own stuff?
It's good. It's great actually. It's a great feeling because when I was going through that process, say for instance that song, it was a song that I was having trouble with, where I couldn't find out the sound that I wanted it to have. And then I just, the spirit just led me to the piano, and I just started playing different chords, like F sharp major and stuff like that, and it just came to me, and I played it over and over again, and I said, you know what? I hear a old school hip hop beat, what you used to do in the lunchroom.
Right.
I used to bang on the tables
Right.
and stuff, and then I just combined that with the beat and GarageBand just as a reference for live, and he went with it.
It's dope.
Yeah, but and then to combine it with, because as a poet how you want to express yourself or how you want the poem to sound, but to blend in with your own music is like nothing else. So
And normally as a producer, I don't usually let people do that, but because it really sounded that good and it fit what she was going for better, I was all for it. I was like, that was a beautiful feeling for me to actually have someone else do something other than relying on me to do everything. So now it's a team effort rather than just one person. So now it makes the record much better and better.
The live goes to sleep when I get on there.
Yeah.
I would get on the couch and be like, all right, you got it. And I'll be on there singing. I come back and I'll be be like, all right, I'm
He
turning
let
it
you
up.
do all the
Live,
work.
I just like you live. How you turn up the headphones and turn the headphones back to the speaker, so I know how to switch it. And once he do
You
that,
just-
he'll go there, he put the game on, or he'll go sit on the couch and fall out, and I do the session on my own. But he gives me that creativity and that leeway to kind of create. And then I say, all right, I did my part. Now you do your part.
So you just your own engineer,
Pretty much.
producer,
That's basically how Dangerous came about.
artist.
Yeah, he did the recording himself. You know, I just polished it. That's
Yeah,
all.
in fact, he just did his live Johnson thing.
Okay, so but that's the best thing, because when you're able to do most of the things that create your song, that's where the money is, honestly.
And that's how I'm used to recording. I recorded my first EP by myself. Like I didn't have Live Johnson. Like all I had was my computer and shit that Katie got in the back, the big old desktop computer and
The computer that's on the top of the closet.
Yeah, that's all I had. So like I created that on my own. So I realized working with a producer and an engineer is really not my style. You know what I'm saying? I really like, not to say that I can't work with live, but I record a certain way and I do things a certain way. So it's dope that live trusts me enough to be like, all right, yo, I'm gonna let you do your thing. And when you're done, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes the music come out better.
So now that we're still talking about the process, how did you and Live get together to do this project?
Well, I called him up because it actually had been a while since I had done an album. My first album, my debut album, poetry album.
In 2015.
Yes, in 2015. I did Soul Intuition Volume 1 with Haz Ali. Shout out to Haz. It was a minute since I had done an album, and I had this idea, outlining everything. I was riding on the train to work. At that time, I worked in the city, Manhattan, and I had all these poems that, went with this one concept, and I wanted to just get it out. But I wanted it to be different than the traditional, which was what my first album was. It was traditional poetry that you would hear in a club, as I was speaking about before, with the jazz and the snaps, what people are used to. I wanted to do something that people weren't used to. So that meant going to someone who was well rounded in R&B and hip hop, and that's what Live is.
That's Dr.
all
Dre.
day, every day.
I still wonder with the Dr. Dre, the Indies tagline. If the shoe fits, I wear it.
Next time you get a Crip walk in here, I'm just saying.
But not for nothing though, this was the best production I ever done. Plus, all the beats are original. Everybody's used to hearing me from sampling. That's for one. Second, I actually stretched myself as a producer. I was actually playing chords. I was actually really producing, other than just taking a sample and reflipping it and then adding my drums to it. I was really, and it's not like I came with a beat and say, here, right to it. We actually sat and did the beats together.
Right, absolutely. Everything is original.
Everything
and
is
authentic.
So anybody out there that's listening, that are artists that actually wants to work with me, that's technically the best way to get me to work is we work together rather than me submitting you beats.
Right.
Because it meshes the project a little bit better.
So what's your thought process going through this live? Because it's different. So like I see how we are like graphic designers, right?
Yeah.
Starting everything from scratch, but starting a beat from scratch. What is your mind going to?
Oh, that's a good question. My mom was what she wanted. I was trying to get her vision for the record, and then I was going into my own space in my own head, like, oh, this is how I think it should sound, and then trying it out. Every time we recorded, we mostly did it. I mean, not recorded, did the beat. We did the piano chords first, or whatever sounds that we found that matched the vibe of what she was going for, and then we build around it. So it was a different process that I'm not used to doing it this way, but that made me realize I could actually do it, and instead, and sometimes I put myself to a limitation, like, oh, I can't do that, or I'm not key. I traditionally cannot play keys.
Well, you know, a lot of that is because you're used to doing it for you.
Yes.
So you're the way you produce for yourself. It became so easy for you to do it because you're used to doing it.
Yeah.
So it becomes harder to produce for somebody else because your process is sampling.
Yeah.
That's what you use for yours. You do a lot of sampling. So now that you perfected that, it's good that you were able to say, all right, I'm gonna take on this project and work on melodies and keys and drums and things like that without sampling.
Yeah.
So that's another piece of ammo to your repertoire, to be honest with you, that you're able to do that and you were able to executive produce a whole album, whether it be poetry, whether it be R&B, whether it be rap, without sampling. And you'll always have that. You know what I'm saying? Now that's something you could say, like, yo, if y'all want to check out beats without sampling, check out Ebony Eyze Soul Intuition Volume 2.
Exactly.
Where I did the whole thing and there's no samples.
Yeah.
Right. And that's actually, you can blame that on me because I told Live from the Get that I didn't want any sampling. I know that was his bread and butter, but I told him I didn't want to deal with, you know, copyrights and stuff that were involved. I wanted this to be, you know, from scratch. And that, yes, and mine. I have to, you know, include anybody else in there. You know, or if the song blows up, I didn't want nobody coming at me saying, you know,
that's my beat.
You know,
like
and
running my money.
Yeah, exactly. So, I know that was a challenge, a big challenge for him. But let me tell you, he is a beast when it comes to it. You could be tired coming from work. We'll be up in the studio till like 1 a.m. and sit down and tell him an idea for a song, and he will be able to produce it on the spot. Pretty much the whole song, not all together, but he'll have the song with the instruments that night in front of you.
Yeah. He'll put the pieces together, and then when you're gone, he'll piece it together to make it complete.
Exactly. He'll mix it after, but the beat is there, and I was so impressed with that. Every song that he did for me.
I'm gonna cry.
So what do you feel is the difference in the process between making the first volume and the second volume?
I grew, especially in the studio. When I first did my debut album, Soul Intuition Volume 1, I knew nothing about recording in the studio. Nothing at all. I was so timid. I would come up there, and even though I was confident in what I wrote, I wasn't confident in how to express it in the studio. So it took me like multiple takes just to get it done. And I had to learn how to work with the producer and, you know, and how he does things and engineers and all that kind of stuff. So because I knew Live for so long, we were friends before we worked on this years before. So we had a vibe already, you know, that didn't have to be established. So it was easy in that aspect to do it. But coming into the studio with Live, I felt I was more confident, that I got used to the mic, because for years I didn't like my voice. I hated my voice. Whenever I hear it on recordings or, you know, do a voice message, I have to do it like multiple times. I hated my voice. So I had to learn how to appreciate what I was hearing back, you know. So yeah.
That's understood.
Why was there such a gap between the first album and now? And what did you learn from that about yourself?
I would say the gap was because, you know, I had to deal with other things in life, which is working a 9 to 5. Um, I had to deal with my finances and family because money comes into play too. You're not just doing this for free, trying to take up people's time for free, producers and stuff like that. So I had to make sure I had the funds for that. And just I wanted something, I wanted to get the concept down of the album because it's not just I don't feel an album is just creating songs like a mixtape or a you know like a like a soundtrack to a movie or something where it's like various songs. I think an album is artists put a lot of thought into it as to the lineup. And I think Adele said this when she was talking to Spotify about changing the order of it means something.
It does.
When you put it in that order because you intentionally did that to tell the story.
I tell people all the time whenever you listen to a album the first time, listen to it as the artist intended. I know a lot of people throw their thing on shuffle, they just go. There's everything that we as artists do is intentional. So when we put our music in a certain order, we want you to listen to it in that order. So I get that. I think Live learned that lesson when you dropped this EP. And
oh God, let's not go through that process.
There was when he did the interview with Sparrow. I think there was that one song that he didn't like. Yeah. And in retrospect, in listening to it together, where the placement of where that song was, it really should have been at the end of the tape.
What are we talking about? Luxury Tax?
No. Luxury Tax actually fit where it's supposed to fit. Yeah. But the third song
Above My Head.
And
Above My Head should have went last.
Been last. Yeah. What it did essentially was disrupt the flow of the album because everything else is on a different lane. Not saying that song wasn't in the same lane, but the way it sounded should have been at the end. Yeah. Like there's a lot of times where even when I'm creating, or I'm sure when you're creating something, you always have an envision like, yo, this could be the intro, yo, this could be the outro, yo, this could be the single, this could be, you know what I'm saying? Like you always have an idea of where you want these tracks to go, and like you said, it makes a big difference, and it really makes it kind of make or breaks an album. Or even or any project. Like a project could be good or trash depending on the order of the songs. Like sometimes you won't even realize that all of the songs are good. It's just the order of the songs are trash. It doesn't make the music bad. It just makes how you presented it bad. So it definitely matters. 110%.
Right. Absolutely.
Sorry, mamas.
No, go ahead.
I want to know about Plastic though, because I saw this video like 3 times today.
I love Plastic.
Plastic. Well, Plastic came about because basically I was seeing a change, a shift, and mind you, let me give you a timeline. I started writing for this album, for this project in 2019. Okay, so I started seeing a shift in just how social, society, people, and how they wanted to gravitate towards having implants and changing their figure, woman, even with the eyelashes. I got them too. But, presenting yourself in a way that you feel is desirable, but also at a point where you're getting lost, but you don't even know who you are anymore. You're being what everyone else wants you to be, or what this dude over here is looking for in order for you to, be looked at as beautiful, or be looked at as, fly, or, considered popular or accepted in society. So plastic is just about being your authentic self, just finding cut through the bullshit and just be you, and it's okay.
Okay. So we're gonna play the video, but first you have to introduce it for us.
Yes, so I would like to introduce Plastic, written by me, Ebony Eyze, and produced by none other than Live Johnson.
All right, let's go.
Yo, Jake, you outdid yourself. This is gonna be the party of the year for sure.
No RSVP, cool text. Just to know, man. Just to know I love her.
Trust me, she'll be here. Plus, you're not bootlegging anymore. With all this money, got nothing to worry about. Let's go, man.
I used to be a fake one. Cellophane dipped in plastic, gold-plated elastic that could stretch, blocking voices of reason. Oscar-winning performance, always changing with the seasons. In winter, see me strut in thin coats, hoping 0 degrees would miss my skin, as if others were meek and I was the only one destined to win. In spring, lean with the flowers bloom, bees buzzing sweet nothing, sucking honey from my comb, impregnating my womb. In summer, I shined. Humidity had me on cloud 9, no care to hold. Body walking naked to make a statement, flashing lights with my negatives exposed. In autumn, I'd fall. Believe media feeds to boost my self-esteem. A million selfies caked with Maybelline, waiting for applause, but it never came. It never does. False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic. False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic. Can't stand to be a lame. One who stands jealous of the next man who has plenty, dying to be the same. Ripping his name to shreds till no trace. Trading places to find me, a winner running my own race. Filthy project window with grass greener out. Though a rose that grows in concrete, my roots deep stagnant with the water to sprout. Cold without pressure, never a diamond. Flossing reckless is like driving without a license. Riding dollars as magic carpet you play. Excuse to misuse, fortune, fame. Time rewinds for you to face what makes you bend at the knees. Act foolish for attention of fools that care less if you bleed. You're not 5 cents on a shelf. Real talk, be yourself. False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic. False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic. I used to be a fake one. Can't stand to be a lame.
And we back.
You back. I love the video.
It was so beautiful. I love it.
Thank
Love
you.
the song. I think that was
you.
one of the first songs that I heard off your project.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
No, it wasn't.
It was Lucky 7.
Yeah, it was. It's a song with you.
Yeah, that was the first one. That was the first one.
Yeah, we spoiled the beans like a mother.
No, but I think I heard Plastic the same day though.
Yeah.
I think I heard Plastic the same day.
When the artists get together,
Listen, y'all know, all you gotta do is call me. Y'all need you on the song. I'm gonna be there. So
Yeah, I
I don't
appreciate you
turn
for
down.
that.
I don't turn down features. Not all the time. I've turned down one or two, but I don't normally turn down features. I like being on other people's tracks.
And you were perfect for it, so it worked out. So
It did.
yeah.
It really worked out for sure. But nah, Plastic is fire. I always like that record. I was grateful to be able to also work on that a little bit too.
Yeah,
Um,
those people
The
know that
auto-
you helped me with that
Yeah.
record too.
but it was dope. I was glad to really be a part of that altogether. The process of just giving him some help on certain things because, like you said, it was new for him. So it was new for me too. But I was able to incorporate what I knew into helping him make the project sound great.
And I just want to say, since you're talking about what you help with, one thing I do appreciate with this record is I was trying to decide who I should have sing the hook because as you know, I have a lot of features on the album, and I could not and it ended up being me. And the fact that you made me sound
Yeah.
so
Well, it was just so my thing is nobody should ever be ashamed nowadays of using auto-tune, especially if you use it in the right way. Everybody does it, it's a staple in the business. But I always have an issue with things sounding good to my ear because my ear hears everything. Like if there's a wrong note, somebody is off, I hear it.
Yeah.
And that's just the musician in me. It's not even the artist. That's just because I play all of these different instruments. I hear sharps and flats and things like that. So when I heard it, I love the hook. I was just like, something is not sounding right here. And I said, I have to figure it out because it's going to bother the fuck out of me. And I said we sat with it for like 45 minutes until I actually figured out what was wrong. I think we had to take a note out or something like that. It was missing, but it was just, I was glad that I was able to have you come out of your comfort zone and be able to sing your own hook. Cause I think that's a arsenal that you can have in your repertoire now. Is that you can sing hooks.
I think
You know
it
what
gives
I'm
you an edge when I got an edgy vibe when you were doing the hook. I personally liked it.
Yeah, it's a dope hook.
Yeah.
It's something dope that you wrote too on top of that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I gotta shout out the actors and actresses in the video. Brownie is one. Shout out to Brownie.
Is that Life's cousin?
Technically play cousin, but that's more Crystal's cousin.
Oh
Yeah, and
But
Miss Crystal Notes, who played Deja, the singer in the video, and JLCD. Shout out to him.
Singer, by the way.
Yes, dope singer, artist, and his wife has a new single out too. You check that out, Bad Mama. Yes. And Bridget Torres, who was the lady in green, the mistress in the video, and the star of the video, Clyde Washington, call him Hazel Eyes. he was the star of the video.
And Live Johnson in a suit.
Yes, and you can't forget Live in a top hat and a suit. So yeah, shout out to all of them. Thank you for making this video what it is and for taking the time, because I know it was something, and you did it out of love for me, and I appreciate it.
How did you feel when you dropped the single?
I'm relieved. I'll tell you that much. That was it was a stressful week last week. It was trying to get it together, trying to get it, make sure your publishing is right and all that. But yeah, I felt relieved that it was out and I can finally, just share it with the world and get a response, because I've been babysitting it or holding it hostage for what is it, 2 years now.
Yeah,
That's all been
Years.
done. True.
So, and it came a long way. You remember when you aired it on Live Jewels? It was long as
It's really
hell.
long.
Wow.
When you first,
shortened it.
it
Really
was
short.
so long.
Really?
It was 5 minutes.
Really?
It was so
about 5
long,
minutes.
and I was watching. Yeah,
People's attention span ain't that high no more.
and that actually was a lesson for me moving forward with the rest of the songs on the album at that time, because I was just like, wow. So that made me, go back to the lab and like really look at the other songs and see how can I make this, really like fit in the time frame of a song. And that took a lot. Let me tell you, that took a lot of editing on my part with words and stuff and how I expressed it originally. And I revised it multiple times. The spoken word. So to actually fit with the music and give it, the audience an experience.
That's dope.
So Life sent us an exclusive.
Like I always do.
So, can you tell me, before we go into our topics, a little bit about Exit Stage Right?
Wow. Exit Stage Right. You pulled that one out, huh? Well, Exit Stage Right, it is a love ballad, and it's one of those relationship songs that you realize you come to a crossroads and you need to decide whether you want to stay or you want to go. And that's basically what it is, but it's put in a format, I don't want to spoil it, but it's put in a format that is more in character, so to speak, like a monologue. And that's what I like to do most of all with my poetry, is put it in monologue, as if you're watching someone in a play or something. So this is Exit Stage Right. Also, again, written by me and produced by Live. And also the hook, or the bridge, I should say, written by Crystal Notes and also sung by Crystal Notes. So check it out.
Dope, dope. Let's get it.
And this is the next single. Definitely the next single.
To be or not to be. Excuse me, I seem to have lost my place in the scene. Failed to study the script the night before, so I'm just a little bit confused as to who I am. Bear with me. You see, the character with wings on one side says, I forgive you, love, please. As if I need to beg, come home where the heart is, but it seems to be alone in this empty loft with no food, rent past due, and no garments. It tries to help you remember what you tried to forget. Like Ginkgo or old sitcoms rerun till dialogue becomes your best friend. That forces me to look into your eyes and see past all the lies you defend. Towards something greater, something worth having forever. Watch you go astray, you still want me to stay. No, 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 no. Life without a trace of me, I still want you to stay. But
I ain't gonna lie, first time I heard that. Every time I hear it now, I'm like, okay, he killed that.
Play switch to mood swings with no pivot. Heart left out in the cold, too long frozen, slowly chipping, melting away. I think this is the part where my horns come out and stay. Seek revenge on matters of a broken heart. Spite you just to be spiteful, as if I gave love no regard. As if an eye for an eye wouldn't satisfy my hunger or thirst. As if making you bleed would have you put me first. Oops. I apologize if I've forgotten my lines. The ones that you knew to play your part in this drama and command me to learn mine. To stop, think, listen to the voice inside. To leave what might be silent, back away as the curtain sways and exit stage right. Exit stage right. I gotta go, I can't stay, 'cause you ain't never loved me anyway. I don't wanna fuss and fight, time to exit stage right. Watch you go astray in vain, you still want me to stay. I can't, no, 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 no. Without a trace of me, I still want you to stay. I know. Watch you go astray.
Mikey, read this.
I can't. No, no. Without a trace of me, I still want you to stay. But I know.
Nah, they can offer that first. They can offer that first.
And we are back. That was Exit Stage Right.
Stage right.
From the one and only Ebony Eyze featuring Crystal Notes, produced by motherfucking Live Johnson. Because we in the motherfucking building. That's why we are the bomb and he's a goat. Just say it like that. Manifested into existence. We are goats. So during the break, I saw the wildest thing on Facebook saying, shout out to Awesome from NWO News, where he goes, when I say I like to eat, please don't offer your whole coochie first. Say you got fruit snacks and then eat it in there like that. Hashtag love laws. But Mikey said it's okay. You could offer it first.
I mean, you can't offer it now. Don't offer me that shit now. But no, absolutely offer that first. Listen, everything. No. Let me tell you why I say that, right? Because everything has to be intentional. Nowadays, we don't have time to be playing around. If that's what you want to do, then let me know so I can make the decision on whether or not I want to do it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Don't beat around the bush. Don't drag me along with all of this. Oh, we can hang out. We can do this. We can do that. Let's do this. Let's go to the movies. If that's what you want, then say that's what you want. You see what I'm saying? Like all the other running around and theatrics and semantics and all that bullshit. No, I don't want that. What is the point?
Especially because we walk wrong. Like
I was gonna get there too. I think it's at a certain point. It takes maturity and emotional maturity too. I say emotional maturity, and then there's regular maturity.
Right.
But emotional maturity is getting to a point where you have your boundaries, or you're very upfront with what you want. You know what you want as far as emotionally, and to let that person from the get know that emotionally this is what I'm looking for, and if you can't handle it, let me know. We don't have to waste time. Or if you can handle it and you want to stick around, let's see where this goes. But to have that emotional maturity. But I think what happens is that there are so many people, and this may fall into the female category, that don't know what they want.
Right. It's true.
I just speak for the female because I'm a female, but that, there are some that are at a point in their life where they haven't figured that out yet, and they jump into a relationship thinking they can figure it out in the relationship.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with growth. That's what relationships are. But I think you need to know who you are before you
have to know
jump
some
in.
sort of yourself going, and you can't. I think one of the biggest things in relationships that is always, I always know that a relationship, and not just mine, but relationship in general, I know that relationship is not going to last. When someone says, this person completes me, I already know you're done. It's over with. You're not going to last, because you should already be complete as a person before you get into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There should be no room. Somebody shouldn't come into your life and fill a void that you already have to fill. You see what I'm saying? There's certain things in a relationship that your significant other is going to change and is going to make better for you. But there's certain things in a relationship that they shouldn't have to. There's certain things that in a relationship a person shouldn't have to deal with. There's certain things that you have to deal with on your own before you get into these relationships. There's certain things that you have to deal with. If you want a successful relationship, you can't go into a successful relationship and be successful with daddy issues, male or female, mommy issues, male or female, things that those nature, because those things end up being projected onto your partner,
which they may not be ready or capable of handling,
or even knowing that they have it. Even knowing that's something I recognized with Janelle early on, that she has daddy issues. But it was one of those things.
Put her business out there. So you gonna put her business out there?
You just threw her business all out there. Wow.
Janelle, I know she got daddy issues, and that's okay. It's one of those things that.
So I hope she don't come after us. You putting that out there.
So that was one of the things that I always worried about, but was something that she always made comfortable in letting me know that wouldn't be an issue with us, and it never has been. But I know that she has it. You know what I'm saying? I know, even like without really getting super into it, the issues that she has with her family and her father especially, and with her being able to say, I have a handle on that. That was dope for me. You know what I'm saying? But even going back to that, when me and her first started talking, she invited me to her crib.
I remember.
First meeting. So I had no idea what she wanted to do. I was like, I'm going to the crib. Am I smashing or what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I always we talk about this all the time. I said, yo, if
the shorts.
Forget about the shorts. I said if we would have smashed that day, which was very much a possibility, we probably wouldn't be together right now. Because it's just like you're saying, maturity thing, knowing what you wanted, knowing, and it took us a while. We talked for a little while before we even got in a relationship, because there were still things that I was going through. There were still things she was going through. So once those things were settled and we were both ready to commit and knew that that's what we wanted to do, it made it easy. It made the transition easy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's why I always say, say what you want, so that way I can figure out what the fuck I want, if I want it or not.
Right. And and that's a beautiful thing. And two, like, you have to recognize, because sometimes women see this guy and they take a guy who's only interested in being, a swinger or single, or just, playing the field or whatever, and they try to change him into something that
they're not,
right, or that they want him to be. And I urge you, like, where's the camera? Woman, stop trying to change a guy into someone.
But it vice versa too.
Yes,
vice versa too.
You know what it really comes down to? You can't force the change. You can't force. You have to be able to give them the tools or show them the tools to be better. But you can't force it. And then you're going to be who you want to be. And you're going to act the way you want to act.
Right.
There's a lot of things that, and once again, going back to my relationship, that Janelle has stopped me from doing because she says you're better than that.
Yeah, being petty on air.
Well, I'll be petty on you. Janelle's never.
Bro, she's the only
never
person.
gonna fucking stop that.
Bro, she's the only person that will walk in and be like Michael Bostic.
Right.
Stop
she
it.
She did what she can. I was trying to be petty. She was like Michael Bostic, and I was like, okay.
Oh, she said your full name.
Right.
She said your government.
I'm being petty. She said that from the room. She said that from in here. She was in here. We were in there, and I heard her from in here. She called me. She heard me. So she stops me from taking it too far, but she'll let me be me. You know what I'm saying? But when she knows I'm about to take it there, yo, chill the fuck out.
But see, that's a balance. That's something that's a healthy. That's a healthy balance.
It is a balance. That's why I said you can't force the change. She's giving me the tools. Now I think about shit before I jump into it. Like if I know how my temper gets, I know how fast I am to ready to jump. Yo, pull up. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? Pull up. But I think about it now. I hear her voice like, yo, you gotta chill the fuck out. Like that's how she's just like, yo, you gotta relax. Relax your fucking self.
And I think that's a level. That's when you know is a level of respect and love.
Correct. When
you can acknowledge that this is what was already discussed. This is what you don't like in me, and I don't like in you. And when it comes to say, oh, okay, I need to handle that. Step back, or I need to. And that takes discipline in the relationship, So
don't get it twisted though. She has her times where she like, yo, I know you got a vent, so I'm gonna let you do your thing. She was like, yo, I know you gotta speak this, so I'll let you do it. And she knows that about her. She knows when I get passionate about certain things and I gotta speak on it, I'm gonna speak on it.
And that's why Twitter is so much fun.
I wish she had Twitter. I low key step back from Twitter because she's not on it. Forever, low key.
Yeah, it used to be fun when you were on it.
No, I mean we can still get on there and have fun, but I step back from it because I'm low key trying to get her on it. So once I get her on it, then I can start wilding out again. Oh yeah. That's been my mission for like the past like maybe 3 months. I'll be like, yo, listen, you should get a burner account. Nobody knows it's you. I told her that the other day. I was like, yo, I'm gonna make you an account on Twitter, but nobody's gonna know it's you. You're gonna have that kind of shit, and I'm gonna fuck you up because nobody's gonna know it's you. But I think with her, it comes a level of not privacy, but like there's certain things that she doesn't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Especially being in the business that she's in. So I get why she stays on Twitter because once again, me and her 2 peas in a pod. She'll spaz the fuck out, and I'll be like, "Yo, you gotta fucking chill, like, bro. You look like me right now. You gotta chill." Because you wilding out, so I get why. Because it's a different. Twitter's a different animal. If you've really been on it, it's a different type of social media.
Yo, Twitter got so much porn.
The restrictions are in this high. The restrictions are you can really talk how you want to talk on Twitter, and really, I've gotten a 7-day ban, so I said something wild, crazy on Twitter for me to get banned. But like I think I said something like bitch or something like that, and it wasn't directed towards anybody, but it was like in the context that it could have been. It was like, well, that violates, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Listen, my thing is, you get a 7-day ban for saying bitch, but yet there's gay porn, lesbian porn, regular porn, animal porn.
That's. I don't know how to really describe that.
But yet the porn is okay.
Freedom. It's not. It's like it's free. It's a freedom of something.
It's not.
But it's not.
Pornography is considered obscene.
But it's not derogatory though.
No, but it's obscene. It's not protected under First Amendment rights, so it could get taken down.
But if your 12-year-old kid is on Twitter, then you have a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Twitter's not for children. Twitter's not for children.
No.
If your children are on Twitter, there's a problem. There's really no social media at this point that's appropriate for children. None of them.
You don't think TikTok's appropriate for them?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My child, who is 8 years old, can type because he knows how to type whatever he wants. So if he ever gets curious and decides to know, yo, what the fuck is a bukkake? And he decides to go type in bukkake because he and he finds out he could go on TikTok. Find out right now.
First, can I ask you a question? Where would your son even hear the word bukak?
They speak wild crazy in school. Okay.
His school?
In school, general, they be cursing and shit.
A lot of things come from school.
Trust me. Hold on, I'm gonna go on TikTok right now. Type in bukak.
And too with TikTok, that whole challenge came with the slapping of the teacher.
As soon as I turn it on,
Let me see.
Fucking M. Shout out to M Black.
So you typed in Bukaki and then Black showed up.
No. That's what when I turned on TikTok, that's what popped up. I'll tell you right now.
You want to know what's super wild though?
Don't ask me why Bukak here. Don't ask me why Bukak was the first thing that came to my head. Oh, no results found. This phrase may be associated with behavior or contact that violates our guidelines. Okay, so TikTok, no. But Twitter?
Anything goes.
Watch.
Literally.
Watch.
So you know what else when anything goes? Apparently you could get head while doing an interview though.
Yo, Stevie J, wow for that. This nigga
What?
on the screen.
So,
Are you kidding me?
By the way, if I catch any of you as your manager, I just want to say, if you guys get caught getting head during an interview, I swear to God.
So I don't know. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
All right.
And I'm almost.
But Shorty kept on, mind you.
Listen.
But
I'm not 100% sure he was getting brain. I think he was trolling.
But what if he like make an appointment and then just say, okay, I'm having an interview. I need you to be there and give me head?
But that's the type of time he be on.
So, according to TMZ, Stevie J was apparently receiving oral sex during a FaceTime interview with a reporter, and while the act itself may be shocking, what's even more wilder is the fact that the interviewer kept going.
You see what I'm saying?
So the interviewer,
you see what I'm saying? Fucking turtles, fucking.
Yep. On Twitter.
Fucking turtles, fucking on Twitter. Hold on, they making a noise.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I can't hear this. Are you joking right now?
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
I don't want to watch turtle
sex. Fucking on Twitter, turtle
That's
fucking.
National Geographic.
This is the shit that and there's people on here that watch that and get off. No, I'm not fucking shaming. If you like turtle sex, by all means, enjoy your motherfucking turtle sex. That shit is nasty.
But
that's the niggas can imagine a kid typing up just typing turtle and that pops the fuck up. You see what I'm saying?
And this dude got his shirt off too.
Bro, he had his shirt off.
And he's like this.
Look,
in typical Stevie J fashion.
How you doing an interview?
Because he's trolling that Stevie J. Y'all gotta understand Stevie J. Let me tell you something about Stevie J. There's nothing about Stevie J that's on TV that, as we know him, that's authentic. Everything that nigga does is for the camera. This nigga gave 2 women 2 rings at the same time. That's for the camera, bro.
Yeah. No, but look, there's hands there.
Right.
Nah.
But there's nothing that he does that's not done on purpose. So we can't. There's always a reason behind what Stevie J does. That's how he stays relevant.
God, I can't. No wonder
I don't know,
but
man.
You know why that's not bad? Because it's expected of him. That type of behavior is expected. If it was anybody else, it'd be outraged. But for him, that's
that
Stevie
makes
J.
it that makes it good. That
No, it doesn't. But I mean, that's Stevie J. Shout out to Stevie J.
You know they're calling the girl now unprofessional for letting him rock though.
But that's social media view. Yeah. What's she gonna do? Cut off an interview with Stevie fucking J?
I wouldn't cut it off.
If Stevie J, if Rawrrzone was doing an interview with Stevie J, and we had him on the motherfucking computer, and that nigga was getting domed, or then we gonna stop the stream, y'all?
Hell no.
So then, what the fuck is everybody complaining about? Nobody would stop that fucking stream, y'all. Nobody would stop that.
First of all, it's free porn.
Unless now, if it was visible that nigga was getting top, then different.
Yeah.
But
you couldn't see it.
He was just shirtless.
He's assuming that he was getting head.
I mean, if you see in the video, you see another person's hand.
No, absolutely, but we're still assuming that he was getting head. She might have been rubbing that nigga's feet and just decided to put her hand up to let niggas know she's here, trying to fuck with him.
But
women do that shit.
And you can still concentrate. Like this is a male.
He typed in bukkake on TikTok and he decided to
let me
follow.
tell you
Like
Like you
Let me
could
tell you something
actually
wild
have
shit.
a cohesive like conversation while getting head
Absolutely.
in an interview.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I could.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
Keep it tall.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
as if
Unless
nothing
yo,
is
and
happening.
no, and I know there's women here. Unless that shit is immaculate, my nigga. Like we talking praise God type,
Yeah.
level.
What? Phantom dick type shit?
And that's
Like,
yo,
you can
listen,
actually focus.
I'm a nigga that loves I love getting head. Love fucking getting head. But I mean, listen, if I have to do an interview, but I want to get head at the same time of the interview, y'all niggas would never know I was getting head at the same time doing the interview. It's control.
Could you at least have a shirt on if you're gonna do that?
It's possible.
I don't want to see the bear.
It's possible. The sweater underneath the sweater.
I don't want to see the sweater underneath the sweater.
Heard you.
Love you to death, but
No, heard
too
you.
much bear.
I don't really like showing it. So
Okay, so guys, you could choose between Jussie Smollett or the school superintendent that allowed black to sell black classmates in a
I
mock
want to get
slavery.
into Jussie Smollett because I got something for that nigga.
Oh yeah. Let's get into that because I don't know about the other
In the famous words of Suplex fuck Jay fucking Sparrow, that musty nigga Jussie
Damn!
Smollett. That musty
Here we go.
motherfucking
Here
nigga.
we go.
Yo, and I used to have respect for Jussie Smollett because if you listen to his first project, it was very like powerful.
Well, he's a dope artist.
Yo, but
I
as
mean,
an
you don't
artist,
take
no,
that
no,
from
no,
him.
no. Of course,
he's
but
a
it kind of
trash human being.
no, but that's the point, right? Like, how could you put such an amazing project that's supposed to be so uplifting, right?
Ask R. Kelly the same question you about to ask.
What?
Ask R. Kelly the same.
I've already been asking that same question to R. Kelly.
R. Kelly puts out the greatest music, but that nigga loves kids.
Yep.
Loves kids.
No, he loves
the music. The music, the artistry has nothing to do with the person. Nothing. And it rarely ever does. Especially once you get into the industry and you can't do what you want to do. It rarely has anything to do with who you are as a person. Jussie Smollett is a trash, musty motherfucker.
So Jussie,
you're part of the LGBT community, and you're using your status in that community to raise awareness by staging an attack, saying that two white men, like, bro.
was it two white men that's supposed
He
to?
said two white men attacked him with MAGA
Oh,
hats.
but it wasn't two white men. though.
No. And then had the nerve to not take your sentence. Like, niggas gave you 150 days, nigga. You could do that sleeping, my dog. You could sleep. You're going to be in solitary confinement. You could do that sleeping. The crime you committed was wild, bro. You lied to the police. You had people on them. You wasted police hours. Fuck 12. But you wasted police hours. You wasted city hours. You wasted
City
taxpayers' money on looking for white people that didn't exist when you had two black people that was probably, excuse my language, fucking the dog shit out of you, and decided to come up with some plan to make yourself look bigger in the media and continue a contract with fucking Empire.
Empire, yeah.
And to boost your stock as a person in the black community. Yo,
But
you
you
could have done
know-
that a million other ways. Yeah. But you took the one way that fucks you up. Do that 150 days, nigga, and I hope I never see your musty ass again.
Yo, he keeps so the reason why we're all saying this because Jussie Smollett's legal team, according to Complex, filed an emergency motion on Monday requesting that the former Empire actor be released from Chicago's Cook County Jail. He was sentenced to serve 5 months behind bars by Judge James Lynn last week after being found guilty on 5 felony counts that he was charged with in connection to staging a hate crime in 2019. Shortly after Smollett was sentenced, his family reported that he had received alarming messages and phone calls threatening harm upon the actor. Quote unquote, I hope what they do to that guy in jail, here's what they're going to do, right? They're going to take a broom handle and take that little expletive, shove it in there, and he's going to go shrieking sound, The person in the call says it's transcribed by the Rolling Stone.
The nigga who said "Shriek yourself" said,
The threat, as Rolling Stone noted, seemingly references the 1997 assault on Abner Louima in Brooklyn, NYC, that was committed by the 70th precinct officer Justin Volpe, who is currently serving 30 years in prison for the brutal crime. These threats, along with Smollett's lawyer saying his protective custody could cause harm to his mental health and is basically in solitary confinement, is included in the emergency request to have him released from prison. Yo, no, it gets even worse.
He's doing 5 months. Yo, and he's gonna get out earlier for that.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do 5 months. He's gonna do 3.
It's even worse. You want to hear what else they said?
What is it?
The actor's legal team also argued that Smollett has a higher chance of contracting COVID-19 because of his compromised immune system and should be let out due to high cases in jail. Additionally, the actor's legal team is appealing.
Don't get the fuck out of my foot. Yo, he need to go take his ass in that motherfucking prison. Stay in that solitary confinement. Get your 23-1, nigga. And chill the fuck out and think about what the fuck you did, bro. That shit is dumb, bro. It's like the dumbest crime. It's like the dumbest crime of the century.
And then Taraji, the sad thing, right? Because you know I love me some Taraji, right? Mm-hmm. She goes, "I'm not here to debate you on his innocence, but we can agree the punishment does not fit the crime." So I'm like, what fits the crime then? So if
yo, the nigga filed a false police report.
Exactly.
Anybody else would have been in jail for 8 months. That's a year. They would have done a year in jail, bro. Anybody else, bro? You got to do community service, pay a fine, pay a restitution, and do 150 days. And you could do that sleeping, bro. Before when you wake up, your time is over, nigga. Nobody's gonna bother you. Nobody's gonna chase you. Nobody's gonna stick a broomstick up your ass. They're gonna have guards watching you all day, every half hour.
So he's requesting this because he's a quote unquote celebrity.
He was a celebrity.
He got in front of that judge and said, "I'm not suicidal, but if I die in jail, it's not me."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That.
If you're listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now from a person who has worked in a jail and a person who has been in jail. If you're in solitary confinement, if somebody comes and kills you, you did it your fucking self. Or the guard did it. And there's cameras everywhere. So nobody's getting in your cell or out your cell in solitary confinement without the cameras noticing. It's not going to be a fucking, what's your boy's name? The pedophile, the white boy. That got all the niggas on the name that killed himself. Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, no.
It's not going to be a Jeffrey Epstein. That shit, them niggas hid them tapes. That's another conversation for another day. Facts. But that don't happen. That don't happen. That's what shit only rich people get away with. Hillary killed that nigga, but we're going to leave that alone.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone. I told you that's another topic for another day.
But since he said that, we are reaching on the time right now, so we're going to go around the room and tell everyone where the fuck we can find them.
So, Live Johnson.
You can find me on IG and Twitter at LiveJohnson718. Follow us on, following us. Log on www.edcbeats.com if you're looking for dope beats. And, Facebook, Live Johnson. Get in touch with us.
Facebook is Sean Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Sean.
I correct that. Please.
You're no longer live,
Please. Emphasis.
It was stolen.
Emphasis.
They still trying
Sean
to get niggas to get
Johnson.
money too. They still trying to do
so
that.
anybody else
Facebook won't delete that.
They got me the other day.
If
Facebook won't delete that. Facebook won't delete
if
that.
you get a message from Live Johnson asking to guess like the number he's thinking between 1 and 10, that's not him.
That's not me. I don't need your money. I don't ever need
Live make more money than all you motherfuckers.
I ain't say all that, but I'm just saying I don't need your money.
Live say he do
Or asking for if you have a Zelle or Apple Pay. Yes.
Like slide me your Cash App.
I'll ask you that, but Live Johnson.
Yeah.
And if Michael Bostic asks you what's your Cash App, he means that he'll send you a request to pay him.
That's me.
But yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right, so it's on me. So I go by the name of Michael Bostic. You guys can find me everywhere at _Hill Classic. My single Dangerous is out on all streaming platforms. Is doing really well. So I appreciate everybody who is listening right now to tune in, tap into that. Let me know what you think. Rawrrzone is celebrating its 5th anniversary, April 14th.
Yeah.
So we have a great concert coming up. We got on the card Live Johnson, Coney Brooks, Busy B, Yano, Day. What's the name?
Daylight. S-Rock.
S-Rock. We got. Who did I miss? Did I get
I'm
everybody?
putting Yano because you were saying it
I
fast.
said Yano.
Michael Bostic.
Michael Bostic will be there.
Richard Picasso.
Richard Picasso. I forgot my guy, Richard Picasso.
The other day is gonna be the DJ.
Other day is DJing. And I wanted to talk to Katie since we on air. Have Ebony Eyze open up.
Well, I was waiting for Live to let me know that.
I'll be honored.
We talked about that in the car, so I think that would be a good way to start it off.
I'll be honored. I'll be honored.
Because Live asked, but he didn't know if you'd be comfortable.
No, I'll be honored. I'll be honored to be part of that. You know.
So Ebony Eyze will be opening the show with some wonderful spoken word. And I will be on Realist Radio next week promoting the single. So shout out to Brooklyn Black, shout out to Tasha, their whole team, all of that. So we'll be there next Thursday. So tap in for that. We're gonna talk about Dangerous and a couple of other songs. I gave them luxury tags and shit like that. So we're gonna get into a lot of stuff.
I need a video for luxury tax. Let's get this going.
I think the time for that is past.
No, tell your boy to come take a little drive, and we get this video shot.
I haven't even heard from Jamal, so I don't even know what's going on. I'll try to reach out and see what he want to do. If Live still want to do it.
All right, y'all. Well, it's your girl, Ebony Eyze, EYZE, spoken word artist. And you can find me on Instagram at I am Ebony Eyze, EYZE, on Facebook at Ebony Eyze, EYZE, Twitter the same at Ebony Eyze, EYZE, YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll have some videos up there, and also see the video you saw today, Plastic, with more to come. And I do have a website, but it is under construction right now. But you can also log on to ebonyeyze.com, EYZE.
Woohoo!
And so proud of this project. As you know, Plastic, the single is out on all music platforms now. You can go stream
download
it,
it,
get that,
buy it. What you waiting for?
Listen to it, share it,
share it to your
spread
friends.
the word on
Listen,
your social media.
And while we talking about that, it's something that I think as artists, and especially our friends and people who listen to us, if you guys overnight make a playlist of all your new artists and their singles, and you just play that on loop overnight, turn the volume down, play that helps get our plays up. It's a tactic where you can support without it being monetary, and every little bit helps, even if it's 10 plays overnight or 20 plays overnight. I do it with every artist that comes out with something and they send me a single, whatever. I always play the single, or I'll play the album on repeat. A lot of times you'll get 50, 60 plays from it overnight. Yeah. That's an easy little bit of numbers to boost you up. It's every little bit helps. It's always a strategy. We have to be able to support each other as artists.
Absolutely.
And anybody who says they support us, really truly support. Like, don't just say you do.
And buy our tickets to our show, because if you really fuck with the don't.
We have the links. Every artist that's on the bill has a link to where you can get the tickets at. It's an Eventbrite link.
Well, so except Mikey and Live, they have one big link.
We have one big link because we're low key at going as EDC. Yeah. But every artist has a link. So you jump in that link, purchase tickets, support the artists that you want to see, or support any of the artists on the bill. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you don't necessarily have to go for Coney Brooks or for Live Johnson. If you want to support the show in general, buy a ticket from anybody. You know what I'm saying? But support. Come out. Tickets at the doors are going to be a little more expensive, but come out and support. Enjoy a dope show that we're putting together. We're celebrating the 5th year anniversary of Rawrrzone. It's going to be dope vibes, dope music, with really dope artists. Most of these guys that I know personally, that I call friends and brothers, we all make great music. So come out and just enjoy. It's a Thursday night.
And I don't want to hear people complain about Thursday night too, because let's really talk about it, right? All of you guys, now that the world is open, have been in hookah bars, regular bars, gyms, clubs, all of this shit on a Thursday night. So if you guys really can't take the 1 or 2 hours out of your day to really just come support, then you never really supported in the first place. Everyone talks about this lineup and why we didn't open it to more, because if people don't realize, this lineup was handpicked because everyone had a specific connection to Rawrrzone. Mikey is the host of Rawrrzone. S-Rock was one of our first producers for the show. Live created the whole fucking website for both Monday Night Raw, Rawrrzone. He did the first logo. He did the second set of flyers. Live was a part of the visual creation for Rawrrzone since its conception. Coney, Richard Picasso were one of the very first guests we had. Busy Bee was one of our first hosts for our events. So everything ties back together because it is 5 years. And what better way to have that is our past, our present, our future.
Correct.
You know, and if you really, as you guys all say, we were that staple for you guys when, I swear I'm not trying to start trouble right now.
Be nice.
I'm not, but people claim we were a staple.
I don't give a fuck no more. So.
Nah, let's keep it a stock live, because a lot of artists went and said that our show and everything else was a staple after WVMR left and everyone wanted to tune in. Okay, it's 5 years later. We're still standing. Are you celebrating with us or not?
Okay, I could go for that.
Everybody, look, it's not so much about coming out. Buy a ticket just to support.
Facts.
Buy the little $15 that we charge for the ticket. Was it 15?
It's 15 and then 30 if you want the shirt.
But at the door it's 20. A little $15, $20. Y'all spend on McDonald's. Y'all spend on pizza. Y'all spend on
weed.
Hookers. Y'all spend on weed. Y'all spend on bullshit. Come out and enjoy and support.
And then
in order for any business to grow, it needs money. Now, if y'all want to see Rawrrzone grow from where we're at now and what we're doing now, we need you guys to help. And that's support. Support doesn't always mean come out. Support doesn't always mean show up. Sometimes support is the green. Sometimes that's the support.
Or share.
Right. So we're asking for everybody who fucks with us, who fucks with the team, who really and truly fucks with us. We're still looking for sponsors. We're still looking for people to come through, buying tickets. We need vendors. We need all of these things. We need you guys to come together, whatever it is.
Well, shout out to Mama Rogue for sponsoring. She sent her payment at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Nice. She got paid.
Shout out Mama Rogue.
I woke up at 3.
Shout out to Mama Rogue and her Section 8.
Yo, you saw her shoot though?
Nah. Where Mama Rogue at? Tell Mama Rogue I love her. Shout out to Mama Rogue getting that Section 8 check this morning.
Oh shit. So while I look for the photo of Rogue,
it's the 15th. Oh, she got paid.
I hate you all.
Shout out to that first and 15th check. I love
her business
Rogue.
out there.
I really want to do a show with Rogue for real. I want to do a show with her. Her dynamic is hilarious. Like I think me and her will have a funny ass show for real. Yeah, I saw that. I saw her photo shoot. Yeah. I saw
her shoot.
She out here with her body positivity pictures and shit. I love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
So what's up, world? It's your homegirl Ivy. Once again, find us everywhere at Rawrrzone NYC. Catch this replay on Dominus TV for the Fire Stick. We're gonna close the show off with Plastic once again, because it is a dope video. So from us, may everyone have a good night, a safe ride home, and if you fucking tonight, wear a condom. We don't need no Scorpio babies.
Yo, Jake, you outdid yourself. This is gonna be the party of the year for sure.
No RSVP, cool text. Just to know, man. Just to know I love her.
Trust me, she'll be here. Plus, you're not bootlegging anymore. With all this money, you got nothing to worry about. Let's go, man.
I used to be a fake one. Cellophane dipped in plastic, gold-plated elastic that could stretch, blocking voices of reason. Oscar-winning performance, always changing with the seasons. In winter, see me strut in thin coats, hoping 0 degrees would miss my skin, as if others were meek and I was the only one destined to win. In spring, lean with the flowers bloom, bees buzzing sweet nothing, sucking honey from my comb, impregnating my womb. In summer, I shine. Humidity had me on cloud 9, no care to hold. Body walking naked to make a statement, flashing lights with my negatives exposed. In autumn, I'd fall. Believe media feeds to boost my self-esteem. A million selfies caked with Maybelline, waiting for applause, but it never came. It never does.
False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic. False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic.
Can't stand to be a lame. One who stands jealous of the next man who has plenty, dying to be the same. Ripping his name to shreds till no trace. Trading places to find me, a winner running my own race. Filthy project window with grass greener out. Though a rose that grows in concrete, my roots deep stagnant with the water to sprout. Cold without pressure, never a diamond. Flossing reckless is like driving without a license. Riding dollars as magic carpet you play. Excuse to misuse, fortune, fame. Time rewinds for you to face what makes you bend at the knees. Act foolish for attention of fools that care less if you bleed. You're not 5 cents on a shelf. Real talk, be yourself.
False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic. False appearing, real deceiving, pseudo quasi-human being. I hope that nobody can see I'm plastic.